My name is Wayne Rex, it's 2023, and this is a cautionary tale about the upcoming audio revolution for content creators. If you're watching this in the distant future, the revolution likely already happened and you are blissfully unaware of how we used to record audio in the dark ages. You know, back when short-form content was popular. And if you are watching this in the not-so-distant future, I urge you to watch this entire video because your future content creation just might depend on it. So what I'm about to show you are the video logs of my experience with the death of 3.5mm TRS mic inputs and the rise of USB-C digital audio. In fact, I kind of feel like I need to go into hiding because a lot of other audio people will probably disagree with me, and this might be the very last video that you ever watch on this channel. This all started innocently enough back in 2022 with the release of the DJI Osmo Action 3. Like all action cameras at the time, it didn't have a mic input, but it did have a USB-C port that required a dongle for external audio. This was pretty standard for action cameras at the time, but this USB-C port was different in that DJI enabled full USB audio capabilities, meaning you could connect a USB mic directly to record your audio. And while this flew under the radar of most, some creators started to experiment, connecting USB mics that you'd never use with an action camera, despite the risk of being laughed at by audiophiles. Okay, so I just got my brand new Deity vMic D4, and it is an on-camera microphone, but this mic is unlike any mic I've used with any camera because it only has one output port. That is a USB-C. And because it only has a USB-C output, it comes with a couple different cables. One is a USB-C to 3.5mm cable, so you can connect it to your standard mirrorless or DSLR camera. And the other is a USB-C to USB-C cable so that you can connect it directly to a camera, smartphone that takes USB-C digital audio. So Rode just released their new version of the NT1 called the NT1 5th generation. And of course I don't have one because Rode doesn't know who I am, but this microphone is unlike anything I've ever seen before because it is both analog and digital. It has this insane looking connection on it, which is an XLR output, but inside the pins there is a USB-C port, meaning that you could plug in a standard XLR cable to output an analog signal, or you could plug in a USB-C cable to output a 32-bit float digital signal. So Rode just announced all of their new product lineup for 2023, and one of the things that caught my eye was their new version of their pod mic, which actually is a USB-C version. And while that's cool in and of itself, the real awesome part is that they also announced that you could plug in this USB-C mic into the Rodecaster Pro 2's USB-C port for an additional channel on your Rodecaster Pro 2. So you could effectively have mics plugged into your XLR ports and additional mics plugged into your USB-C ports. Okay, so now you can see where this is all going. USB-C digital audio inputs in camera means no more noisy preamps or subpar analog to digital conversion. It puts the responsibility of clean audio where it should be, on the audio equipment. So cameras can now focus on their image quality and leave sound to audio companies. But today we are not quite there yet because there are still a ton of kinks in the system. And for the revolution to occur, all sides, camera manufacturers, audio companies, and content creators all need to be on board. Otherwise, we'll just have another smartphone, headphone jack fiasco. So with that said, I've been stockpiling every USB-C mic that I can get my hands on so that at least I'll be ready for when the dawn of USB-C digital audio arrives. The big question is, will you be ready? Hopefully YouTube doesn't bury this video in the algorithm, and we'll talk again real soon.